Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Clerc Hydroscaph GMT Power Reserve Chronometer. And the name pretty much says it all. You have here a movement that has the power reserve indicator and a GMT hand, the time and the date, of course. And a very interesting look for 800-meter water-resistant dive watch. Now, I like Clerc a lot. I think they're cool and they're modern, and I like their distinctive case. But I've said this a couple years ago, and I'm going to say it again. I'm really waiting for them to come out with a new case design. Their case is cool, but I'm waiting for a new one. The case is 48 millimeters wide, and it's about 15 millimeters thick. Interesting look. One of the more distinctive elements is the crown, or I'm saying that the bezel, which has this special crown system. And just as it is right now, you can't turn it. It's locked. But if you pull out this little, I'll call it the key, now you can go ahead and turn it. And the idea is actually not to do what I'm doing. But the idea is to go like this. Whoops. And turn it like you're winding a wind-up toy. Except it never winds up. Now, if this was a way of like I don't know, winding the movement, that'd be cool. The idea here is to have a lock for the rotating diver's bezel. But honestly, it's actually faster just to move it like this. And when this is out, it looks like the wind-up toy is winding down. Kind of a quirk of the Clerc. The movement inside this is what they call their caliber C610, produced for them. It might be an exclusive movement. It's an automatic. I think it's a base ETA with a module in there. You can see the movement through what I'll call the partial exhibition window. There's actually two. There's this one and there's that little part of the window as well, which is cool. It's nicely done. This case in steel has some black elements, which sort of adds to the visual fascination. And one of the cool parts here is you can see these articulating lugs, which allow the watch to fit a lot more comfortably on your wrist, and it definitely does. And there's a folding deployment clasp there. Nice perlage polishing there, but I have to say that some of the edges of the clasp are sharp. They don't need to be necessarily sharp, especially right here underneath. It's quite sharp, so careful when you put it on. So let me put that on there here and we'll look at this. The strap looks like alligator, but it's a vanilla scented rubber strap with an alligator pattern. And there it is on the wrist. You can see that 48 millimeters is big, but it's not insane. Some of the more distinctive elements of this version of the Hydroscaph GMT is the dial and the design. And probably the most distinctive one is the subdial here, which has a Tahitian mother of pearl inlay, which looks cool. I definitely have to say I'm a fan of what they call black mother of pearl or Tahitian mother of pearl on otherwise men's watches. It's mostly associated with feminine watches to have mother of pearl, but I think it can work. However, here you can see that also printed on that dial are the small indicators for the 24-hour hand, which is the GMT hand. And there's a small pusher here, which kind of feels like an afterthought. Everything here is all very intricately designed, and then you have this little nub, which is the button, and that adjusts the GMT hand there. You can see it's moving in 1 hour increments. Now, this is a good system when it works well, and actually the fact that this button is small makes it more difficult to accidentally push. But the problem here is the contrast between the mother of pearl and the white indicators oftentimes isn't enough to be able to read the GMT time at a glance. So they perhaps should have printed it with a different color, the hour hands, or maybe done this slightly differently. You can see here that the most conspicuous element on the dial is the seconds hand, which is red. If they maybe put red as the numerals there, they'd be a little bit easier to see. The power reserve indicator is on top there at 12 o'clock. And it's a position I like. I'm a big fan of power reserve indicators, and I think that works well. Legibility and symmetry are overall pretty good, except for those issues that I mentioned there with the GMT subdial. There are other versions of the watch, I believe, that may have some enhanced dial legibility. This one definitely has a stunning look to it. it's distinctive to say the least. I find it to be attractive, and I think they did a good job. And oftentimes when you have what I'll call design experimentation like that, you get into a situation where maybe legibility suffers. So again, this is the Clerc Hydroscaph GMT Power Reserve Chronometer. I'll mention again that the movement is cost chronometer certified. Again, water resistant 800 meters, so you can go deep enough so that you'll die, but the watch will be fine. And the price is $7,850. You can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.